Greetings, Rigil Agateiades here, and today we're on the mobile suit that is more gorilla than human, but ironically designed to swim. This is the 400 cost raid type primate, the Jurick. Oh lord, this speed! I thought nothing could ever be as slow as the Dwagu, but the Jurick did it! With a jaw-dropping speed of 80, the Jurick somehow managed to challenge the slowest suit in the game in moving slowly. While getting out of sticky situations isn't the Jurick's strong suit, it can take quite some beating. Compensating for the inability to move, this Jurick has some absurd defense. Adding up to 74, the Jurick has defense comparable to... Wait, no, it's even higher than a goddamn Quebeli! In fact, even the health points of the Jurick is higher than a Quebeli, so you're essentially taking the survivability of a 650 cost general type to a 400 cost fight. Took the full wrath of the enemy team for some 20 seconds now, still standing, but 38 really isn't going to get us anywhere. While the Jurick hasn't learned how to walk fast, I swear gorillas can actually run very fast, at least King Kong definitely did, this Jurick somehow learned how to use a jetpack well. The thruster gauge of the Jurick is pretty okay. While it isn't particularly fast and the turn rate is not helping at all, it does feel a lot better compared to the 80 walking speed. Getting pincered by two enemies, not particularly worried though since they are far from able to deal enough damage to take us down. And yes, the melee motions are weird as heck. While the side attacks stretch really far, which is good, the down attack tends to miss a lot because of the gorilla-like jump it does. While I didn't make use of it, the Jurick also has a melee combo controller level 2, allowing it to melee 3 times in a row. But what gets more attention is the charge attack. Enemies are getting wiped out, so we'll sneak in some repairs and see if we can demonstrate that later. 8,000 doesn't look like a lot on the Jurick, but remind you, this is actually more than half of even 400 cost general types. Teammate getting meleeed, time to unleash the Gorilla Slam! Very gorilla-like motion, but not helpful at all. Because of how much you jump forward, it is extremely difficult to hit both hits on the charge attack without being forced to one side. It is better to use it from a couple of steps ahead, aiming to hit with the second slam instead of the first swing. And another thing I haven't used yet, the Jurick has something called the Active Guard Kai. Just call it Modified Active Guard or something proper, please. It acts like your usual Active Guard, reducing damage taken by 60% and ignoring staggers, but the modified part comes in the 30% attack boost after blocking an attack successfully. That only adds even more potential and difficulty to this already very strong but situational primate. Definitely beyond the levels of your standard narrow trainer melee gorilla. Second respawn, time to see if we can make use of the underwater compatibility of the Jurick. Being the final swimming club member from the first year war, the Jurick has the usual 5% boost instead of debuffs when underwater, and aquatic mobile shooting to fire the arm beam gun while using thrusters. The arm beam gun is like a standard beam rifle, staggering immediately and can be used while moving. Sadly, the aquatic mobile shooting is not applicable to the funny all-round mega particle cannon. This cannon fires 360 degrees around you, but requires charging to fire and doesn't stagger either, so it's pretty bad. But hey, imagine if the cannon staggers. That would be the end of your friendship with your teammates around you. Teammate who didn't get staggered by our funny beam cannon manages a counter. Perfect opportunity to use the Mega Particle Cannon Discharge. Charge time being short is the only savior of that weapon, as you cannot move a muscle while firing. Not even looking around. Charge up the all-round beam cannon and walk up slowly. Multiple swings from 2 Zeonic melee suits and he's back to base. Attack from the side is a Zuda F, very annoying anti-ship rifle, but the Jurick is tougher than your average battleship. Teammate Goof got him downed, you have my thanks, and we'll show that by taking down the gun cannon. all-round beam cannon, perhaps hitting 3 targets at the same time here. A weapon designed just for such a niche scenario, and somehow we made that work. Baited out the support type's tackle, and his fate is sealed. 2 slams and a beam gun, and our job as the raid type is accomplished. No show at all though, the next enemy wave is already here. Lucky that the Peasant Garage didn't have his beam bazooka ready, beam gun staggers, and a full melee combo, other than missing the last down attack due to an obvious skill issue. More than half the Peasant Garage gone in a 1v1 as a raid type. This Jurick is absolutely overperforming. Another all-round beam shot, then the Dwarf misses his melee combo, our melee combo, and then auxiliary power. When the Jurick takes lethal damage when over 1000 health, it survives instead with 500 health and gains 95% damage reduction. Can definitely catch people by surprise, but perhaps not the most useful as you are quite close to dead. While it didn't feel like we did much that game, mostly just taking attacks in the face without using active guard and scoring a grand total of 0 charge attacks, we actually scored 3rd in damage, taking most kills and dying the least at the same time. Imagine what monster this can be if we manage to use the active guard, reducing incoming damage by 60% and dealing 30% more. Definitely a force to be reckoned with, and with a lot of potential. The slow walking speed is nothing more than an afterthought with such performance. That's it for today. Latest.